Hi guys, I'm Laura Vitale, and in this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I'm going to show you how to make what I call a Twinkie Bundt cake. Basically, it tastes like a giant Twinkie. Now, a Twinkie is something I didn't grow up eating, but it's one of those things that when you run to Wawa and you grab a couple of snacks, that's one of the things that you want to grab. It's such a treat. I don't eat it very often, but I love making this cake here because everyone loves it. It's just really fun, and it is really, really delicious. It's so easy. Let me run you through the list of ingredients for the cake because I want to walk you through it. What I have here is some vanilla cake mix. You can buy it pre-made, or you can make my vanilla cake mix recipe, and you'll need 3 cups of that. So either 1 box or 3 cups of homemade mix. You're gonna need a little bit more sugar because Twinkie cakes are really, really sweet. You need 4 eggs, a cup of milk, and you'll need a half a cup of melted butter and a good splash of good vanilla extract because you really wanna drive home that buttery vanilla flavor. So if you are gonna be using store-bought cake mix, don't use the water, don't use the vegetable oil, just use the ingredients that I'm giving you. You just want 3 cups of the mix. That's it. You can make it yourself or you can buy it. Everything goes into my standing mixer. I'm just using a whisk attachment today. I also have my oven preheated to 350, and I have a 10-cup Bundt pan really well sprayed with nonstick spray because you don't want anything to stick. I'm going to add everything in. This is going to make a really rich, delicious, sweet vanilla cake that we're then going to fill with that marshmallowy goodness that Twinkies are known for, and a good splash of vanilla. I love using my homemade vanilla extract because I want those vanilla beans running through it, and there's just nothing like it. So a good tablespoon of that, and now just whisk until it all comes together and it's just nice and smooth. Oh, this looks good. It smells really good too. Okay, pour this mixture into your prepared pan, and this just goes into your oven at 350 for, I would say, about 40 minutes or so. 45 minutes or until it's just fully cooked, and I will show you what it looks like when it's there. You just want to make sure that you let it cool completely as well, because otherwise, well, you can't fill it while it's hot. So let it cool completely, and then we fill it. All right, so I actually let my cake cool overnight. It took about 40-some minutes to cook in the oven. I let it cool overnight because it wasn't cool by the time I wanted to do it, and then I was like, meh, I'll do it tomorrow. So it's perfect now because it's nice and cold, and you need it to be really cold, otherwise everything will melt and yada yada. For the filling, you're gonna need very rich and ridiculous items. Marshmallow cream, unsalted butter that's been softened, and a little powdered sugar. Yes, it's sweet. Yes, it's indulgent, but like a Twinkie, when do you really eat it? Every once in a while. It's by no means something that I look forward to making on the weekends. It's just one of those novelty items that once in a while just kind of hits the spot, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm going to cream these together using my handheld whisk. It's going to be a little bit tough because marshmallow cream is really sticky, so you're just going to have to be patient with it, but it'll work. You just have to let it do its thing. All right, so now let's work on the cake. You can use a melon baller if you want to. I just use a small ice cream scoop because I can't find my melon baller, and it works exactly the same. You're going to make a few holes, if you will, in the cake, right? Don't go all the way, don't pierce the top of the cake, but definitely go, pretty far down because you're gonna need the space. I do about 5 or 6. Save these because you need them. You're gonna need them. Depending on how big the melon baller is that I'm using. Now you have to keep in mind that this filling is very sweet, and it's also very runny. So you've got to be careful because marshmallow fluff that's just how it behaves. But it's one of those things, like I said, once in a while they kind of just hit the spot. But you don't want to use a lot of filling is what I was trying to say. You don't want to use a lot of filling. A little bit will do because otherwise it's that kind of overwhelming stickiness that nobody really loves. Let's face it. I know I don't. So this might not look like a lot of filling, but it's going to be plenty. And you only want to fill that about halfway, and I'll show you why in a minute. You don't want to fill it too much. Then you take this cake and you gotta plug them back in because otherwise your filling will kind of ooze out everywhere. So just take, this is going to be the bottom anyway, so no one's going to see it, but you'll be thankful you did it. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Let me live, okay? This is my entertainment just as much as it is yours. All right, powdered sugar on top, just because it's not rich enough. Am I right or am I right? Dun, 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 dun. Look how cool that is. See that? That's cool, but you see how it starts to slowly melt a little bit? You're gonna have to eat this right away once you start cutting it because it doesn't store really well unless you put this back in the container upside down, and that's too much work. I say you make the Twinkie cake to eat the Twinkie cake. You know what I'm saying? I got a good piece of this. All right, little icing. I destroy things. I destroy everything I touch. Man, that's good. That's a throwback. Throwback to young Wawa days. All right, go to laurainthekitchen.com. It's divine. No matter how rich it is, it's worth it. laurainthekitchen.com has got you covered with the recipe. I hope you enjoy spending time with me, and I will see you in the next one.